All right, my friends, so are you ready to install Node.js on the computer? First thing we'll need to do is go to nodejs.org. And you see this link right here? So you go to the URL, and you're going to see this page. And then here you're going to see two different options, depending on your operating system. And the difference is that this one here on the left is the latest stable version. And over here, this one on the right is, well, it's the latest version with all the new features, but it might not be completely stable with your operating system. So for most of you, I'm just going to suggest this one on the left-hand side. But if you know how to troubleshoot, sure, go ahead, experiment. So for the risk adverse, just go ahead and click on this link here on the left and download it to the computer. Might take a few minutes. But here, as you can see, I've already downloaded it to my computer. So I'm not going to download it again. And go ahead and install it. So after installing Node.js, how do we know that it is installed? Well, you got to go ahead and open up the command line tool. Then in here, just write node space -v and then hit enter. So what this will do is tell us what version of Node is installed. So if you've installed Node successfully, it's going to show the version that you've just installed. Of course, please note that the time that you're downloading it, the time that I'm recording this video might be different, so it might show that you've got a different version for me, or you've gone ahead and installed one of the other perhaps untried versions. No difference, however, just be aware of it. All right, so now let's get to it. I'm going to create a folder called Node.js Tutorial right here on my desktop. I'll right-click on here and create a folder, just like that. So now I'm going to open my code editor, and I'm going to use VS Code for this tutorial, like I said. So now let's go ahead and open the folder that we've created. And I'm going to just go in here and the File tab. And inside the File tab, I'm going to select the Open menu right here. Now my desktop directory, I'm going to select the Node.js tutorial folder, just like so. All right, so now if you're following along with me, you have opened the folder that we just created in our code editor. So now I'm going to create a new file called app.js, just to see if Node is working. So inside of here, I'm going to say console.log, and I'm going to say hello world in there, like that. All right, so let's save it and run it. Now, I'll show you something here. If we want to run this file in Node, what we need to do is come down here to the terminal. And I'll just come over here to my project directory. And I have saved my project on the desktop. So I'm going to say cd desktop, then cd Node.js tutorial. See, so now I'm on my project directory. And in here, I'm just going to write node space, and then the file name, in this case, I'm going to execute app.js. Actually, we don't have to put this .js, so I'm going to leave it off. Now to run this file, I'll just say node, and then the file name. Then I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to get this file to run. So now you can see that it's logged down into the terminal here. Node executed the app.js file. Now, I want you to just be careful to make sure that you're on the project directory that you want to execute. So here I'm in this directory in the terminal Node.js tutorial. where this app file is found. So you need to have the same file path as well. So in other words, you've got to be on wherever the file is found in order to run it. So if you're having a bit of trouble, you may be in a different directory. You can always change that directory. You can just do a cd ... to go up a directory. So you can see that here. It's brought me up a directory. Now, to go back into a directory or to choose a folder from the directory you're currently in, you can say cd, then the folder name. So I could say cd Node.js tutorial, and then that's going to take me back into this folder. So just to make sure you're in the app.js folder, then you can run it with Node app. All right, so now we have installed Node successfully, and we have run our first Node application. Even though it's a pretty simple one, you got to get to know the basics. So we're going to move ahead to some more advanced stuff that we're going to be able to see grow over the next few tutorials. So we'll pause right in here and come back to the next lesson. See you then.